This is the second part of the series I am launching about the Google App Engine and tutorials about the installing and creating a web application using Google App Engine. In the first part, we studied about what is Google App Engine and install the SDKs and the pre-requirements for the Google App Engine. Now, look, just open appengine.google.com. I am registered with my Gmail, so it shows the two applications that I have already built in my app engine. 10 its support provided, free support provided by the Google is for 10 applications. I have created 2 applications and remaining are 8. Just create a new application. Ask for the identifier, just click my first, okay, Python web app. Check for the availability. Yes, it is available. Suppose I type first Python, check. Yes, it's Python, it's Python. So if the identifier is available, you can get that identifier. So I write my first web app. Yes, it's available. Okay, title is get to know Google App Engine. Okay, so these are the three different authentications provided by the Google. First is your application is open to all the Google account users to use. Second, it's restricted for some Google app domains. Okay, for example, it's food.com. And third, you are just creating for the experimental purpose and checking or get to know to the Google App Engine so that you only can see your Google application. Just create open to all Google accounts, user accounts, and create application. So your application registered successfully. You can view your dashboard, your application configuration file, and administrator. First, go to the dashboard. Okay, this is my dashboard. I am telling in the previous tutorial in the PPT about the dashboard for managing our website or web application. So this is the dashboard. This is the amount of data or amount of request came to our web application in the previous time. Okay, in previous 24 hours, 18 hours, 12 hours, 6 hours, and now. Okay, these are number of instances created by this, average QPS, latency, and average memory used by our web application. Billing status, it's free because I'm using my free bandwidth provided by the Gmail. Resources it used, and all the different about data and task views, quota of details will provided by Google App Engine dashboard, and options in the left hand side. So once we create application, we will see this option will change about our application. Second thing is application configuration. This is used to upload and deploy. So this is configuration for the Python runtime, and this configuration tool is for the Java runtime. We're using Python. Shows all the different steps you have to follow for uploading on the Python. I will tell you, no need to worry. Third is the administrative to collaborate with these applications. Okay, different people can collaborate together and create a new web app in Google App Engine. Provide the email of the user and provide the role, its owner, it's the viewer, or it's the developer, and you can share of your web application with the different users. Okay, now we have done all this. So name is my first web app. Okay, go to the desktop, create a new folder, my first web app. Here we are going to store our all files for our web application. Create a first file known as YAML file. This is yet another markup language. will show you. Okay, In this file we are going to write about our application name so that SDK can check easily our application name and deploy to the desired space and desired database. And version of our application, its runtime environment is API version, and different handlers URLs for the images and scripters are provided in this file. Extension of this file is YAML. This is yet another markup language. This YAML, yet another markup language. So the format of writing of this file is, first write the application. Here we write the name of application, which is my first web app. Okay. Second, we provide the version of our application. It's just 1. And then the runtime for our application, now we are using Python. You can write it Java if you are using Java. API version, these APIs are provided by Google App Engine or Google, so the version we are using is 1. Now handlers, these handlers show us about the different handlers we are using in our web app. Handlers means if there is a URL with name that .html, where to go. If it's like .css, where to find the CSS. If it is like .jpg gif, so where to find that jpg file. Okay, we are creating these handlers. Provide the URL of the first handler. Anything, star means anything come, just its URL, anything come, scribe the script and go to main.py. This is a script, Python script for any website, any URL. It's just move to the Python script named main.py. Now save as this file, write the name app.yaml. Okay, so we have created this file and save this file as app.yaml file. Okay, in this file we have mentioned about the script of main.py. Now we will create a new file, main.py. Open this main script with the IDL provided by the Python. Write here my first code. Hello world. Okay, save this one. Fine, we have created our YAML file and we have created a Python script, simple hello world print in Python, and we have called as the handler for our application. Now I am going to deploy this application file, add existing application. It's on the desktop, first web app, say OK and add. Okay, run this application. Python console is open because we have provided a Python script. Okay, now click on browse. Hello world. So congrats, we have write our first Python code in Google App Engine. Now look at the tools. First is the log. It provide all the log information about your file. All the errors if came will came here also. Now the SDK console, it's a local host provided by the SDK. It provide all different information about task queuing. Okay, then cron jobs, your backlands, your interactive console. You can write any program here, run and see the output of that program here. Okay, suppose like this, hello guest. It's using class user. I will show you that. So these are different console provided by and that are local host. data provided by the SDK. Okay, and now you can edit your YML file here. This is our YML file. You can edit this YML file. Now this is the dashboard. It's on the web. You are not authorized because we have not yet deploy our this application. Now next part is how to deploy this application on the, now we are running this application locally. Look here, it's localhost 8080. Now I want to run this application or want to deploy this application Google server. Just click on deploy. It will ask the email account, Gmail email account of yours where you have created your new application. Okay, click OK. Now this tool will deploy your application on the Google server. Okay, it's checking. Okay, I typed the wrong information. Raj, right? I think it's right. Let me check. So I'm getting error. The error is I have created the web, my first web app. It's V app. Okay, I just forgot to put B. Just go to edit and remove the B from our YML file. From here it's getting the name, na? That's why. Okay, now click on deploy and provide your username and your password. It has started a deployment and deployment is done. Is checking the deployment is succeeded or not. Again it's checking. Let just pause the video and give it time for completion. Okay, okay, it says you can close the window now because deployment is done. Close this window, open the Explorer. Now we have deployed. Now check. Application name was my first VApp dot appspot.com. Hello world. So congrats, you have deployed your first Python code using Google App Engine on the Google servers. Okay, now make this somewhat difficult code. So one thing is we have created this code and this code is just a console code of Python, but we are going to build some web applications. So for web application we require a framework. There are basically two frameworks. One is web app, second is Django. Okay, in this tutorial I am using web app, but you can use Django. It's better than web app. It provides all the validations by itself, but web app don't provide the validations. But for the starting purpose we're now discussing about or use the web app. So we have write hello world in console application. Now we are going to write hello world using a web app. Okay, so for writing a web app, first we have to import some of the packages for the web app framework. First, from Google dot app engine dot ext import web app, a package for the web app framework. Then from Google dot app engine dot ext dot web app dot util import run underscore wsgi underscore app. You have heard about CGI, Common Gateway Interface. This WSGI, Web Server Gateway Interface. This is responsible for the post and get methods and different methods we use for the server gateway interfaces. Okay, we have to import this. Now create a new class, name it main Python class. Just pass the parameters as web app dot request handler for handling the requests. Okay, if you're getting confused about this code, this is Python code. If you know Python, you will understand this code very easily. First, now define a method that is get. It take the argument as self. Okay, now write self dot self dot response dot headers content hyphen type is equals to text plan plain. Okay, because we are writing just hello world, we are writing none of the HTML code, we are providing this content type as text plain. Now self dot response dot headers it's out dot write it's hello web app. Okay, now create an object of this WSGI application. Name the object as app is equal to web app dot WSGI application. Now provide the first function or class this has to call and first URL. This means an URL. You have to call the function main Python main p function we had created here. Now set the debug value to true. Okay, now define the main function. Every C program has main function, Python also has a main function, and this main function run the script with object we have created here, that is app object or WSGI application. Pass that object. Now tell Python to run the main function. Which is main function. You can change the name of this function and tell the Python to run this function. Okay, now save as this file as webapp.py. Okay, look into the folder. We have created web app, but we have to change the script in our YAML file. Open this file, change main to web app, save this one in Google App Engine, browse hello web app. So benefits: first, you can just write the code, change the YAML, your SDK automatically deploy your application to your new script. You don't have to redeploy or rerun the server. Okay, so we have just browse it, it shows hello web app. Congrats, you have created your first web application in Python and using Google App Engine. So deployment can easily be done using this deploy, but first we will run all our different applications in locally, and deployment on the Google server is very easy, just clicking on this deploy button. So we have created our second tutorial, second part of this tutorial by creating a web app application. Okay, just delete this. This is, we have created a web app application. Okay, now in the third part we will use or learn to use the user package provided by the Google App Engine in the web app framework. This user package is very useful. We can use this user package to create our new users, their nicknames, login buttons, logout buttons. Okay, so now we will see how to create new different users. Now create a new file, new window. Okay, close this window. So first import the same files. Let me copy from that. Close this one. These two files remain the same. Put a new file from Google App Engine .api port users. These are different APIs provided by the App Engine. We use the version 1 of the APIs and we are using the user package of this API. Now same, create a main class, main P, as arguments are request handlers. Define a new function as get. Now here create a new user. User is equal to user dot get cu current user. This method is in this package. Okay, now if we get the user, there is a current user, then self.response.header content type is equal to text plain, and self.response.write out.write is hello user plus nickname. This method is also provided in this package, user.nickname. Else if the this is a in Python this is the way to show. Okay, else it's self dot redirect to users dot create login URL. The argument as self dot request dot URI. Okay, rest thing is the same. Create an object web app, create a function, main function, and tell the Python to run which function. Okay, now see what happens. Save this as users.py. web app say users.py. Save this one, go to the Google, now run to the browser. Okay, we do not have any user. Else part runs, it shows to enter a name or email. Say it's Rajendra Sandhu. I login. Hello user, Rajendra Sandhu. Okay, because if part run, user get current user, there is a user, with Rajendra Sandhu, then response is user.nickname hello Rajendra Sandhu. Okay, that's fine. Now we have studied first how to print simple hello world as a console application. Now how to print hello world or run as a web application. In the third, we have studied to create new users with the login box and getting the current user name and printing the user of the current user. So this is the end of the second part of the tutorial for the Google App Engine. In the coming tutorials we will study about the different HTML tags and how to use different HTML tags in this case. Okay, and we will study about how to create a guest book. This is the example in this tutorial. By explaining all the different example, at the end I will consolidate all the examples into one example and create a guest book in Python. Okay, hope you enjoy, and I hope you will see the third part. Thank you.